Hello, it is Saturday, March 11th, 2023. I'm Chris Remo, and welcome back to the New York Times Crossword Daily Solve. It is a Saturday puzzle today, which means no theme, just difficult clues. At least that's typically what happens on Saturday. It may well be the most difficult puzzle of the week, and this particularly difficult edition of the Daily Solve has been brought to us by Josh Lucas, David Innes, Henrik Koskinen, and, as always, the invaluable Timothy Mark and the indomitable Shoalmaster. So thank you so much to the 5 of them, benefactors of the Daily Solve Patreon campaign. And if you'd like to become a patron yourself and directly support this channel, you can do so at patreon.com/dailysolve or in a link in the description field underneath the video. And as a benefactor, you'll get the Daily Solve Let's Check the Crosses mug. And of course, at any level of support, you'll get access to all of the bonus videos that have gone up on the channel to date, as well as the new ones that go up each week, such as the one of what is going to be several acrostic puzzles following the sad departure of the acrostics from the New York Times website. I solved a whole handful of them before they got taken off, and those will be posted in the coming weeks and months. And then also yesterday's mini puzzle speed solve, the weekly feature, was posted as well. So enjoy those if you're a patron, and more videos coming soon, of course. Thank you to everybody who has backed the Patreon campaign. I do very much appreciate it. It really does keep this channel going. Please do also subscribe to the YouTube channel. That's the other useful thing you can do. And check out the Daily Solve Discord chat server if you think that might interest you. Nice friendly chat community. Link in the description field to that as well. All right, so let's get on to today's puzzle, which was constructed by Tom Pepper, a constructor who's been responsible for around a dozen puzzles for the New York Times. And it was edited, as always, by Will Shorts. And let's see what kind of tricky Saturday misdirection we have in store for us today. All right, a trick-taking card game. I'm actually not sure. Monastery Head's jurisdiction. It's not a parish, is it? It's not really what I would associate a monastery with, necessarily. Wait, oh, right. Sweet. Not sure about that either. Patisserie offering. A pastry? What kind of pastry in particular would we find? A croissant? A pain au chocolat? Oh no, those are more boulangerie offerings rather than patisserie. Patisserie would be, sweeter things. I don't know. Author of the influential 1950 paper, Computing Machinery and Intelligence. Was it Alan Turing? I don't know. That's just my guess based on the name of the work. Name in fuel injection. Looks like the name Eli is literally hidden inside the words fuel injection. All right. TV journalist Lisa. I don't know. I have no idea. Maybe I do. I kind of vaguely, is Lisa Ling somebody? Is that? I don't know. Business card feature. Business card feature. An edge? I don't know why that's particularly a feature of a business card. 4 plus 4. Octet, maybe? An octet of singers, for instance? Why is it 4 plus 4 rather than, say, 2 quartets or something like that? I guess it doesn't matter. 8 things is an octet. Sweet. And it's northwest of 1. It's northwest of 1. What does that mean? Does that mean on a clock face, for instance? That would be 12. Not sure I understand. The clue, this is going to be tricky, I'm guessing. Jack Bauer's wife on 24. I've actually never seen 24, believe it or not. I guess it's probably not very hard to believe, given some of the other things I haven't seen. Is it Tess in 4 letters, maybe? Memo starter. Subject? SUBJ? Is that? Doesn't sound very good. Tara? I don't know. Oh boy, okay. This is not encouraging so far. Fully commit. dive head first or something. It's much too long. Here in Latin. Boy, I wish I even just knew this, but I don't know that I do. Messing around on a TV set. Messing around. Messing. Oh. Is it Lionel Messing or something for some reason? No. Don't think so. That's not spelled correctly anyway. Sorry, Messy. Who's Messing? Is there someone named Messing? Feels like that's a name, but I'm not sure. Fundraising attractions at carnivals. Fundraising. And a word with dance or date. Let's dance, let's date. I don't really think people say let's date. It's kind of odd. One's getting under your skin. Mosquitoes? Don't know. I have not incredibly confident about that. Evening. This doesn't look very good, does it? Ingredient in the Tuscan soup, ribollita. I don't know that either. Memo starter. I feel like as though memo starter could be something like in re, kind of in regards to, or maybe attention. Maybe this could be Tara. I don't know. Apt anagram. Oh, right. Apt anagram of I sew a hole. Okay, well, we know that memo starter needs to end with a letter that's in I sew a hole, so it could be in re. Does that help at all? There's a thing that this comes up almost never in the New York Times crossword, but in cryptic crosswords there are often anagrams, and sometimes I'll just sort of type the letters in backwards just to mix them up a bit. I wonder if it. Oh, I'm going to delete INRI because that could be wrong, and I don't want to. It just could be wrong, but it might end with ER. Oh, I don't know. This doesn't look very good. WH. Oh, I've already messed it up because now I only have one E and there should be two E's. Yeah, okay. This is more helpful when you already have at least a couple of letters in there. Sorry, this is going terribly so far. What do I do about this? I think this is probably INRI. I mean, that is my suspicion. So this could be Tammy, I guess, or Tori. Surprising number of names that fit here, actually. I thought there wouldn't be very many once I had a cross or two, but there are quite a few. Accommodated, in a way. Could end in ED. Otherwise, there would have to be a D here, and that doesn't look like it would be a past tense word. So I'm guessing that it needs to be this way. That would make this Terry. So accommodated. It's northwest of 1. What does that mean? Maybe, is there sort of Highway 1 or something like that refers to? Trick-taking card game. Accommodated. Housed. You accommodated. You gave someone accommodation. You housed them. Oh, the escape key on a keyboard. It's northwest of the literal number 1. Right. Okay. All right. I really need to pick up the pace. Look at this. 7 minutes in. I've done almost nothing. Sweet. Coolio? That's pretty dated slang at this point, but that could be the answer. Maybe this is Lisa Ling. Maybe that is somebody. Fully commit. Go. I wanted it to be go something. Go all in or go. Well, what about this? Business card feature. Oh, logo could be a feature on a business card, right? Oh, hell? Is there a card game called that? Bit of dark magic in Harry Potter. Okay, another thing I've not seen nor read. Horcrux. I've heard of that. That's something. Is that dark magic? kind of assumed that was an object, but maybe it's both. So that looks... Oh, Terry. Okay, so we did solve that. That looks good. Fundraising attraction at carnivals. Dunce caps? Why would that be true? That doesn't seem right. Oh, X-ray. One's getting under your skin. X-ray Tex or something? I don't know. But it looks like it starts with X-ray. Ingredient in the Tuscan soup. Yeah, I'm not sure. Oh, kale, maybe? There are Tuscans. There's at least a Tuscan soup with kale. Oh, dunk tanks are fundraising attractions. Right. Somebody will volunteer to go into the dunk tank to raise money for a cause or something like that. Okay. Evening. That is not as obvious as I thought it was going to be. Apt anagram of I sew a hole. Right. So E-L. I sew a hole. I can't think. Winsome. Winsome. It's like if you're winsome, you're sort of what? Charismatic or winning? Is that kind of what that is? Am I misremembering exactly what that is? Hot Lips Houlihan portrayer. Well, that's from MASH, but I can't think. Cut off. Sever? No, because there's no V in I sew a hole. Right, that's sort of useful, I suppose. Cut off. Cryptocurrency technologies. E-bank something? With that K there? I'm just wondering how we could turn that K into a... Boy, this is really tricky for me, isn't it? Blast maker. TNT makes an explosion. Subject for a myrmecologist. That's sort of fungus and things, isn't it? Or am I misremembering what myrmecology is? One standing on one's own 2 feet. Oh, no, ants. Ants is myrmecology, sorry. Oh, Deborah Messing, is that somebody? Word from the Greek for walking on tiptoe. Discomfiture. An informal agreement. Yep, or something, maybe? Patisserie offering piffle. Claptrap? That could be yep, then. Green, black, white, and yellow are varieties of these. Cryptocurrency technologies. What are some cryptocurrency blockchains? Right. There we go. X-ray. Maybe it is X-ray techs. Getting under your skin. Cut off. Shear? As in the hair of a sheep? Okay. So I sew a hole. Maybe I'll try my strategy that completely failed before. So we have 2 E's already. And the L. Okay, that's obviously not right, but I'm just getting them in there. H-E... Oh, I think this is just a horrible thing to force you to watch. I might have more patience if we're on my own, but... Oh, this doesn't look good either, though. Maybe this isn't sheer, because there's 2 A's next to one another don't look great. Oh, boy, this is a disaster. One standing on one's own 2 feet. Question mark, a biped. The question mark indicates that it's kind of punny. So anyway, biped by definition stands on 2 feet. Oh, monastery has jurisdiction. An abbey, abbacy or something? Is there an abbacy like like the papacy, maybe? Isn't that something? Discomfiture. Why? Oh, Asia's Aral Sea. There we go. That is a place. Patisserie. Oh, brioche. Brioche could be purchased at a patisserie. Why? Word from the Greek for walking on tiptoes. Acrobat. Right, that must be the case. Okay, that sounds right. Oh, discomfiture, chagrin. Discomfiture, right, I see. So much to his chagrin, much to his discomfiture, that made him sort of upset. You probably wouldn't use the word in that same way, but synonyms nonetheless in other contexts. Okay. Fully commit. Go whole hog. There we go. That's the phrase. Finally, we're getting a foothold in this grid here. Why bother, you might ask? And it was Deborah Messing. Okay. I can't remember who that is, but recognize the name. Word with dance or date. Rain dance. Or we'll take a rain date, I guess. All right. Is that what you say? Or is that... Or maybe you wouldn't say we'll take one, but there was a rain date scheduled. Here in Latin. Oh, it'll be hic or hoc. Not hawk, because that's used in ad. Well, Oh, Chinese teas. There are green teas, black teas, and white teas that are all Chinese tea varieties. So Chinese teas, that is the answer here, I'm pretty sure. Okay. Bummer. What a drag or something like that. Eli somebody? Cut off. Winsome. Started fighting. Got in a... got into it? They started fighting. They got into it. You could say that. I'm not certain that's correct. Genesis 5 figure. Oh, okay. So a biblical character. Enos, maybe? Not certain about that. I mean, I'm not going to know the chapter number, that's for sure. Apt anagram of I sew a hole. Why can I not see what this is? Elias. What's left of Elias Howe? Is that somebody? Does that work? I think this is an anagram. I just don't know what it means if it's right. Oh, Swit? Loretta Swit or someone like, is that right, maybe? Hot Lips Houlihan portrayer? Cut off, oh, shorn, it's past tense. So shear was sort of correct, but it's cut off, yesterday. The sheep was shorn yesterday. The sheep's hair was cut off yesterday. Winsome, endearing, there we go, okay. Yeah, so it does sort of mean charismatic, but in a particular kind of sense. Okay, so evening, tying. Oh, as in evening the match. We're evening it up. We're tying it up. That's very clever and incredibly devious. Oh boy, that really got me. Bummer. What a downer. Okay, here we go. I think we're finally heading into the home stretch. This has been brutally difficult for me. I have found. Attention getter, maybe. Not sure. Potential cause of a respiratory problem. I don't know, silt or something? It doesn't make sense. It's not right. Coin with a polar bear on its reverse, informally. Is it a toonie? I'm wondering, starting with a T, because in Canada you have loonies, which are what, dollar coins, right? And then toonies, which are $2 coins. And polar bear seems like, it just sort of seems like the kind of thing that might be on a Canadian coin. Potential cause of a respiratory problem. Oh, smog. There we go. Provokes. You goad somebody, you provoke them. Low sound. Oh, low. A cow lowing could be going moo, moo. It's a sound of a low. Cow lowing. Attention getter, maybe. Gimme. Oh, gimmick? A gimmick is sort of an attention getter, you could say. Something that just grabs your attention in a cheap way, maybe. 55 across says see 44 across, which says tiny pit in the 55 across. Interesting. Not sure what that's getting at yet. Tripping. Oh, on acid, you're having an acid trip. And pumps up. Natural order of the universe in each East Asian philosophy. Is it Tao? Pumps up. Smokes? Stokes, as in a fire. You stoke a fire, you literally pump it up with, pump air into it to stoke it. U.S. government product made at twice the cost of what it's worth. Oh, a cent a penny. That's why they always want to get rid of it, and there's always too much political objection to getting rid of the penny because it is, at this point, not really worth minting. Okay, C44 across. Retina is the retina. Yeah, the retina is a tiny pit in the what? In what part of the eye? I'm not sure offhand. Hold up. Oh, something a sec. Hang on a sec. Oops. No longer affected. I'm no longer affected by it. I'm over it. And some garage conversions are rebuilds or what? What would they be? Air purifying device. One holding all the cards. A dealer at a card game table holds all the cards. If you're looking steadily, you're what? A gaze, maybe? And air purifying device. An ionizer? I think that's something. Is that something? I'm not sure this is correct. Prefix, midsection though, prefix with section, that's a body part, or sort of not a body part, a sort of region of the body. Some garage conversions are folk song whose name translates to farewell to thee. I'm not sure offhand. Oh, is it Aloha Oe? Yeah, I bet it is. Aloha Oe, because aloha can mean farewell as well as hello, of course. And this is, you've certainly heard this song. I think this song was written by the last Queen of Hawaii, who was also a composer. And it's an incredibly iconic song, and you'll definitely recognize it if you listen to it. Habitat for giraffes. The savanna would be a natural giraffe kind of, biome. Makeup kit item. Something nail? I don't think so. Some garage conversions are, man caves. What a horrible phrase. Makeup kit item, pencil, makeup, right, yeah, kind of pencil, makeup pencil. Stir could be a flap, a kind of a little bit of upset, a flap, a stir. Oh, is this right? The tiny pit, so the retina is a tiny pit in the what? Do I have something wrong here? No, maybe I just don't know this word. Some college degrees could be BAs, Bachelor of Arts degrees. And close one in brief is a BFF, a best friend forever. Is this going to be phobia? That sort of sounds familiar. Is that right? It is. All right, that was what I found to be an extremely difficult Saturday puzzle. That was the toughest Saturday I can remember in a while. But some very clever clues. Some extremely clever clues. What were some of the ones that this was very clever. It's northwest of 1, the escape key on a keyboard. That's very good. What else did I find? This is pretty good. Low sound, a moo. I had at least one cross that made it a bit easier, but solving that cold would be more difficult. Oh, what is this? When? Oh, skin blemish. When? Okay, I missed that entirely. What else was particularly clever? Oh, I don't think I saw this either. Versace Eros high-end fragrance. Okay, this must be a perfume. I'm not familiar with that, so it's a good thing I got it with the crosses. There were some other very clever things in here that I can't immediately remember. But it was just a very tricky puzzle. I mean, I really just struggled pretty much the entire way through. Boy, it sounds like I'm hungry. I'm sorry about that if that's coming through loudly. That's frustrating. But yes, just a tough one, a tough Saturday puzzle. I don't know. I'm just saying that again and again. Oh, and this I don't know. Elias Howe, I saw whole must be some sort of seamster or fashion designer or someone associated with sewing, I suppose. I mean, the name is sort of familiar, but I can't think who it is. X-ray text getting under your skin is pretty good. Anyway, let's so that's that for the puzzle. I really struggled with it, as you can see, and I can't seem to think of much else to say about it. But it was very clever, and I enjoyed it despite the challenge. So well done to Tom Pepper. Very, very good Saturday puzzle. I mean, I certainly have no complaints about that showing up on a Saturday. Sometimes that's just, you have to struggle on a Saturday because that's what the day is for. But now, let's discuss a few clues from yesterday's puzzle. So regarding the clue that said that the etymology for Jeep may or may not be just enough essential parts, I was pretty skeptical of it, but I hedged my bets because I didn't actually know. I was right to be skeptical, and I wish I had been more definitive about it because I can find absolutely no evidence from any credible source whatsoever that Jeep derives from just enough essential parts, which doesn't surprise me in the slightest. And Ben Ward says, the origin for Jeep I've often heard, true or not, is general purpose vehicle to GP vehicle to Jeep. And then Brian Spurrier says, no one knows for sure where Jeep comes from. It's usually said it comes from GP being a model designation and Army slang for general purpose, but there's also recorded use of the word Jeep being used for various other vehicles and for people to basically mean newbie since at least World War I. There are other theories too, but none of them are the acronym given in the puzzle. Yes, indeed. And yep, I read quite a bit about this yesterday, and as with so many bits of etymology, we just don't actually know. GP for general purpose was sort of at one point essentially adopted by the U.S. Army. So it kind of became a retroactive, pseudo-official etymology. But yes, as Brian says here, historically speaking, it's actually unlikely it could have been the direct etymology, but because it fits so neatly with general purpose vehicle, it's probably just they became associated with one another, but it doesn't seem like we know for sure in a kind of scientifically sort of verifiable way why Jeeps are called Jeeps. All right, Stephen Giblin explains Alan Page regarding the two Allens included in yesterday's puzzle. Alan Page was a defensive lineman for the Minnesota Vikings and then went on to become a justice on the Minnesota Supreme Court. Alan Amici, and he gives me a pronunciation note there for Amici, was a fullback for the Baltimore Colts who won the Heisman Trophy. Adam Horowitz points out that I skipped over 53 down. Elon, the official non-UCLA university of the New York Times. It's probably been in the puzzle a million times, so a bit surprised it didn't jump out at you. That's funny. I haven't really noticed that clue particularly, but thank you for pointing that out. We have another potential official designate, although I don't know that we can say the official non-UCLA university. I think if UCLA is the official university, it's the one that gets the title. But I don't know. I haven't, don't think I've noticed either of those so often that that's a given for me. But Christopher Zurcher does back up Adam Horowitz's claim here by saying, apparently Elon has appeared 66 times in the Will Shortz era, including one time as college must-seen in Crosswords. So there we go. Maybe that does suggest it deserves some kind of honor. And Bradley explains my wondering about Sauron being a lord by explaining Sauron is the titular Lord of the Rings, as he created the One Ring to rule all others. That makes sense. Thank you for that. And finally, regarding my completely misguided bit about add in and add out regarding some kind of service call in yesterday's crossword, George Steele, as he points out, of course, it wasn't the right answer, but just for some clarity, add in is advantage to the server and add out is advantage to the receiver in tennis. So thanks for that. All right, and that is everything that I had earmarked from yesterday's clues. So thank you to everybody who wrote in about those, as always, and thank you to you for watching to the end of the video. I'll be back tomorrow for the Sunday puzzle, a much longer themed grid. Well, I don't know if it'll be longer, but, well, it probably will be longer. Even though it's an easier puzzle, it almost always is the longest solve of the week because it is just such a huge grid. But do join me for that. Until then, please do have an excellent remainder of your Saturday. Take care.